Hi everyone, I am back with another process video, and this is actually my second time attempting the narration on this, so I hope it works this time because I will probably not want to do it a third time, and we'll throw music to it and just throw my hands up in the air and just be done. Anyways, so I am doing a layout with 4 photos, and I typically use the same layout design when I do 4 photos. I think I got it from a video that Shamel had done years ago, and I don't know if it was the 4x6 Photo Love series that she was doing for 2 Peas in a Bucket or something else, but and it's a very simple basic design. It's not like you really need to have a sketch to do it or anything. It's just layering the 4 photos as one big photo block, and then you design above and below it with the title, embellishments, your journaling, whatever. So I'm just doing that, and then trying to make it so that the photos fit across, so that there's no gap at the edges. For whatever reason, either the paper wasn't exactly 12 inches or the photos weren't exactly 6 inches. So and then at this point, I'm just trying to decide how I want to mat those photos. And I do decide to just go ahead and use this paper. I like it because it has the black edges. It kind of meets right at the black part of the stripes. And so, I don't cut it right at the black. I leave some white showing, but I like that it's, when you lay them down, both the top and the bottom end at the black stripe. These are photos that I took on our trip to Kansas when we stayed at the Lion Twins mansion. And it's of the outside. And I think I had more photos that I would have liked to add to this, but obviously that would turn into a 2-pager, and I don't like doing 2-pagers too much. I think they're awesome, but I don't know. I always feel like there's too much space for me to fill up, and I completely get a creative block when I try to do them. So I will do them, but most of the time I just do 1-pagers. So I realized I wanted to ink up the edges on these papers, so I'm just having to pull up the edge and ink it up, and then I'm going to ink up the photo mat. And I'm just doing that with black soot. So I'm happy with that, so I'm going to go ahead and lay that down. And I am leaving a little bit of space at the top and the bottom underneath so that I can tuck things under if I need to. And now I'm just trying to decide what I'm going to use for embellishments. And I did find these little tabs, what do you call them, banners, flags, off of that sticker sheet over there, and I'm just inking them up with the black soot, and I'm going to layer them over there, just kind of in a cluster, and I like that right away, so I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. And then I'm just looking through some more embellishments. These are Amy Tan bits. They're like wood veneer, and on one side it's plain, and the other side it has like an image or a saying. And I don't necessarily like the colors or the sayings on all of them, so I went ahead and changed them up. And then those puffy stickers there I think they're Makey Holmes. I'm not 100% sure, but they're gold puffy stickers. They're gold and cream. And the ones that I got were actually like missing their puff, almost like they had melted. But I went ahead and used them anyways. I do really like the images and the color. Okay, here's where I'm changing up the backside. So I have a stamp from Studio Calico, and it has that circle stamp. And then in the middle it has an X. And then there's all sorts of little images and things that you can put in the middle of the X. So I do show that stamp here in a second. But there's a 20 and then a 15 and a 14 and a camera and a heart. Here it is. And a bunch of different little images. So you can kind of make it however you want. And that circle happened to fit, the circle stamp happened to fit perfectly with those Amy Tan circles. So for the ones that I didn't necessarily want to use the main side of it, I went ahead and used the circle stamp on there. And it worked out perfect because I ended up using that entire pack of wood veneer. So a lot of them I did use the stamp, and then there was a few that I used the image. So worked out really well. So anyways, back to those puffy stickers. I thought originally that they were actually supposed to be that way. Like that was like going to be a new thing to have puff that was missing. I don't know. And then I ended up seeing a friend of mine had the same sticker sheet, and hers looked totally different, like super nice. Mine just must have gotten hot or something. I'm not sure. But there was even one heart on there that had like a burn hole in it. So I don't know if it just got too hot during processing or something else happened to it. I'm not sure. And then I'm using these hearts, and there's like a pack of hearts and arrows. I think it's a DIY collection. And I couldn't think of the word of that fabric in the first narration, and I can't think of it now either. My gosh, it's like right on the tip of my tongue, but I just can't think of what it is. And then I'm using this Meet Me in the Sunshine from the Amy Tan word sticker sheet. It's, thickers that are in, words. And I really like these because if I can make a title out of these instead of trying to think of one myself, it's just that much better for me because I'm not good with titles. I love the titles on the page, but I think they're a great decoration, but I have a hard time coming up with what they should be. There's those DIY, they're hearts and arrows. Oh, I don't know why I cannot think of what the name of that is. All I can think of is cork, and that is totally not fabric. I don't know what is wrong with me. I cannot think of it. And then I'm using some more of those puffy stickers. And even though it had some issues with the puff in them, and they seemed kind of melted, I have used up almost that entire sticker sheet. I think I just have the stars left and that heart with the burn hole in it. I don't know that I'll be able to use that one. Alright, so I gotta put a pop dot on the back of this heart so that it can layer on top of that circle. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do that up here also, but I don't end up doing that. I just layer that heart above the circle. So, and then I wanted to say the funny part about my title is that it was kind of dreary. It wasn't quite spring, and there was no greenery or anything like that. Everything was pretty much dead there, but it was still very beautiful. And I joked with Brian a lot while we were there about, we should come back here and get married. And there was actually a little area where, you could tell people did get married there. And so that was the funny part about that title. It just worked out perfect, the Meet Me in the Sunshine, because I had joked about coming back during the summer or something, but it was just a joke. But it is pretty beautiful there, though. And I bet a lot of people do use that place for getting married. So I'm just showing some close-ups. The video is done, and I really hope that this narration worked. Here's some still shots. And I want to say thanks to everybody for watching, and I will see you next time.